Hi, I'm David Haynes. I'm the editorial page editor of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, and we're here today with Congressman Jim Sensenbrenner. Congressman, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
We were talking earlier during our editorial board meeting, Congressman, about the concern that some people have, I think many people have, given the poll numbers for Congress right now, about an overly partisan atmosphere in the Congress. If it's if you have concerns about that, which I think you do, you expressed them earlier, what do you think the answer is?
Well, the partisanship in Congress, I think, is reflective of how our campaigns are run. Okay. Every campaign finance reform that has been passed, the cure has ended up being worse than the disease. The McCain-Feingold Act of 2002 is what created these independent organizations. And the money that used to be spent on political party activities have gone to the independent groups. They can't say anything positive about anybody. And all you need to do is to go back to the recall elections and hear the flood of negative ads. The way to get rid of that is to do what the state of Virginia has done for their state elections. And that is that they've gotten rid of all of the restrictions on who can give to candidates and how much to give to candidates, but require that there be a full disclosure of the exact source and exact amount of how much is being given to a candidate put up on the candidate's website before the money reaches the bank account.
So before that money gets there, there would be full disclosure, but there would not be any limits on the amount that could be given either by individuals or corporations.
Yeah, that's correct.
Or unions. Okay.
That's correct. And the Supreme Court has said that independent expenditures can't be regulated because they're protected by the First Amendment. But candidates can. So if you want to have some kind of regulation involved, you have to give an incentive for political money to be given to candidates rather than being spent independently. And I have not heard of a campaign finance reform scandal in any state election in the state of Virginia with this type of a law. So it's working, and I think we should apply it to the federal level.
Now, what about the Disclose Act? That was proposed, I think, last year or the year before, failed in Congress. How does this plan in Virginia differ from what the Disclose Act would have done?
It is more broad because the Disclose Act kept the independent groups in business, but required them to disclose their sources and amounts of funding. By channeling the contributions through the candidates, then there is accountability for what that money is spent for, either to elect the candidate or by implication to defeat that candidate's opponents. I've run for office a number of times, and I would like to be in charge and responsible and accountable for everything that is spent on behalf of electing me. And I think that you will see a lot less public hand washing if we made candidates accountable, but the way to do that is to get rid of the restrictions on candidates and how much money they can take and where they can get the money, and have the money channeled and disclosed before the ads go up on TV.
And is there any current effort in Congress? Is there a bill, for example, that would do what you're talking about?
Yes, there have been bills that have been introduced. I don't know if there's one that has been introduced in this session of Congress, but the partisanship in Congress, I think, is directly reflective of how our campaign finances work. And these independent groups who run trash ads on everybody else, they've now become the ideological police to prevent compromises from being reached, and sometimes even to persuade the Senate not to even pass a bill so we could get to a Senate-House Conference Committee to work out differences.
Well, Congressman Sensenbrenner, thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Dave.
Thank you.